All right. Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, August 17th, 2022. Welcome to episode number 177 of Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Briefing. I'm your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next 30 minutes, I'll be delivering the top cybersecurity news stories of the day and providing expert analysis on each of those stories on what it means to you as a practitioner so you can operationalize it today in some actionable way. Or if you're looking to break into the industry, guarantee you're going to get that question at the interview. Hey, how do you stay current in industry? You just drop this knowledge bomb on them and and they'll be like, oh, you know about this too? And then like high fives across the table. Then you guys go grab a coffee. It's going to be dynamite. Shout out and thanks to this stream sponsor, Barricade Cyber Solutions. Those guys right there, Eric Taylor and the whole gang over there. Listen, cyber criminals have stolen your company's data and derailed your business operations. Barricade Cyber Solutions will help you resolve this ransomware attack and, more importantly, get your business back on track. Thank you to Barricade Cyber Solutions for doing great work for the community and helping businesses out of jams, and for sponsoring the show. I want to remind you, if you hold professional certifications that require CPEs, right? Continuing education credits, each episode of the Daily Cyber Threat Briefing, like this one, no different, is worth half a CPE. But Jerry, half a CPE, that sounds so lame. Lame. Guess what? They stack 2.5 a week, 10 a month, roughly. So it's very, very easy to knock out all of your CPE requirements very quickly, very easily. Be sure to say what's up in chat. Either say where you're coming from, where you're at, hashtag team live if you want to go that route. I see Jared doing that. Hashtag team replay if you're watching on replay. Basically just say something in chat so you have a forensically sound, auditable piece of evidence that you are here each and every episode. And I guarantee you, I'll handle the business about validating or justifying that this is in fact meets requirements for industry knowledge, industry news. Anyone who watches this knows dang well that this is right on spot for CPEs. So just say what's up, and then you'll never worry about CPEs, because I'm telling you what, if you know about CPEs, then you know you've probably taken some lame webinar on some technology that you don't care about just to grind through and get those CPEs. So definitely say what's up, and that way you get the most enjoyable CPE experience. If you're live, love it, love it, love it, love it. I see 77 of you on Simply Cyber's channels, probably another 20 or 30 coming in on LinkedIn or Josh Mason's channels over on YouTube. Thank you very much for being here. We've got a banger of an episode today. If you're watching on replay, hashtag team replay in chat. We love you guys on the replay. I understand sometimes it doesn't always work for your schedule, but that's okay. Thanks for catching the stream all the same. Now, if you want to jump right to the news, hashtag team replay, when this play card right here starts changing, I used to do a timer, but reasons. When this play card changes, we are off and running. So if you're in the future team replay, you can scrub to the right. You can hit on your audio podcast app of choice. If you're listening just audio, you can jump ahead 90 seconds, 120 seconds, and get right into the news. But if you're like me, living in the now, in the moment, about to sip on some coffee, then you, my friends, get to hang out, because I'm going to say good morning to everybody like I always do and start the day off right and welcome everyone into chat. So let's do that for a minute, and then let's party. So guys, good morning, Kenneth. Good morning, Vladimir. Hey, Usha. Justin Loken on the regular. I see you. Tom Bishop, I'm right there with you, man, on the coffee. It's got to be coffee for life. Let me lower my desk a little bit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, got the HyperX Arena, Las Vegas. That's where they held the U.S. World Games Cyber World Games charity event. Very cool arena. Some of you saw it on LinkedIn. Some of you were actually there in person that I got to meet. Hey, Jax, good to see you. I heart NIST as well. What's up, Amadou Ba? Good to see you, Josh B. My man. Munchkin on the regular. I see you. Hey, Jimmy. Tom Pike. Tom Pike, good to see you, man. I feel like, you've been heads down in Expel, which is, good on you and right on, but it's great to see you. Good to engage. Hopefully I get to see some of you guys at Wild West Hackin' Fest in October. I'll be speaking at the event, but I'm also super pumped. I feel like Wild West Hackin' Fest is really going to be, it's got that vibe where it's like, it's big enough where there's going to be like a lot of people there, but it's small enough where it's going to feel intimate. I'm very, very excited about it. If you're thinking about going, check it out. It's like I said, they just released the agenda. Alyssa Miller's keynoting, John Hammond's keynoting, Jerry Augier's GRCing. Yeah, so that's what's up. Will Reed's here. All right, Will Reed's here. We can get started in just a minute here. Hey Chris, hey Alex, good one. Hey Navina, good morning to you. All right, level up goddess in the house. Hashtag team live. All right, guys, let's get ready let's get started with the news. Let me just take one more slug off the coffee. If I sound like I'm all amped up, like I just came from like a like some kind of shady bar at the Tijuana border, and I'm all jacked up, it's because today's the first day of school. I've already had a bunch of coffee, getting the kids ready, photos in the front yard. You know how we do. Dang good coffee. All right, y'all. Let's get ready. Let's get into the news. Thank you for being here. Oh, hold on. I also want to test my soundboard. Guys, I'm operating on the new rig right now. I couldn't wait till the weekend. After work last night, I pulled everything down. My cable management is a hot mess on fire. I'm like embarrassed if people saw this right now. Just dropped my wow sound effect. I do want to say thank you and shout out to all of the squad members, all of you that show up every day. Genuinely appreciate y'all being here and really, really appreciate the support from the squad members. If you are on the squad, excellent. If you are on the squad and if you're the alpha or the mastermind level on the squad and you are on the Discord server and you do not have the squad role, please DM me and I will get you that because it's manual, because, you know, reasons. All right, let's get into the news. Oh wait, I got all excited this morning and I didn't set this up. So hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh my god, you guys, you know, like you kind of get into like a vibe. You kind of get into a vibe on like, okay, this is how like things are. And then, hold on one second. Oh, cybersecurity headlines. There we go. There's just certain things when you stand up a new computer, there's just things that you're just so used to being there that when they're not there, like I was just telling BSEC, I launched Notion and by default it's not in dark mode and like literally scorched my retinas looking at not dark mode version of Notion. I got through it. We'll be okay. We will rebuild. Okay, let's go.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
All right, let me know the audio is good on that, please.
It's Wednesday, August 17th, 2022. Oracle begins auditing TikTok's algorithms. The vetting of TikTok's algorithms and content moderation models are to ensure they...
Okay, sounds good. I'm getting mixed reviews here. I'm hurt. Kayla Rose is saying the volume's good. Jax is good. Sasha says it's quiet. BSEC says it's quiet. Let's see if I can pump this thing. All right, you guys think it's good? Good morning, Brandon. We're just getting the... Hey, it's a Simply Cyber production, so we're trying to get the audio dialed in. Let me see if I can bump it a little bit. Here, let's try this.
Aren't being manipulated by Chinese authorities, Axios has learned. In June, after long-standing pressure from the U.S. government, TikTok said it had begun routing all its U.S. user data to Oracle's cloud infrastructure. These moves are part of...
Okay, hold on. So it sounds like I'm yelling. Okay, so I turned up the system volume, which would bump everything up. Okay, so now Spotify is probably loud, but tell me, is my mic now like blowing out? Because I can turn the gain down on my mic a bit. Real time troubleshooting. At least it's working, right? We're just dialing it in. That sounds worse. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm just going to talk to the mods right now. Mic is fine. Audio is fine. BSEC, are we good? Turn your gain down a bit. All right, 1 second. Okay. I hear you loud and clear, no issues. Okay, thank you. All right, let's go, guys. LFG.
Broader TikTok effort called Project Texas, which is meant to give U.S. TikTok users and lawmakers assurance that U.S. user data is safe and content recommendations aren't being manipulated. The project name refers to Oracle's headquarters in Texas.
Okay, so obviously this story has nothing to do with Simply Cyber audio tuning. So I kind of missed it. But Oracle begins auditing TikTok's algorithms. So this is interesting. One thing that's kind of interesting about this to me is that TikTok just moved all of their infrastructure into Oracle's cloud, like maybe 3 months ago. To me, that seemed more like, okay, they're getting a deal because Oracle's trying to compete with AWS and Microsoft Azure. In case people didn't know, Oracle actually has a cloud offering. They just do a terrible job of marketing it. But when TikTok went over there, I thought it was like a big play to kind of get some market share, get some pub. It's like when a state gives a huge tax discount to like Boeing for coming in and as producing jobs and stuff like that. It's like, oh, TikTok, we'll give you 80% discount on compute time if you come over here and give us all this business, and that way we can tell people that TikTok are here. So this is kind of weird that Oracle is now auditing the algorithm. Guys, the algorithm is crazy interesting. I'm surprised they're allowing them to audit, honestly, because it seems like that would be the secret sauce, if you will, right? TikTok's very good. If you guys have spent any time on TikTok, it is scary good at predicting what you want to watch. Like you can fall down a TikTok hole real fast if you're not careful. And that's, you don't even have to log in. Like, it's just like how much time you spend looking at something, how much time where you pause, what you're looking at, what you're looking for. It's very good. So for them to audit the algorithm is very interesting. I don't quite understand what the value is. But one other thing I'd like to point out, I don't know about you guys, but I've heard of Axios as a news outlet. I don't know if they're left or right or center or whatever. But I really like this layout. Why it matters, catch up quick. Like, dude, thank you, big picture. Like, this is a really nicely laid out news article. Like, I might check out Axios a little bit more. If anyone in chat has experience with Axios, let me know. This is kind of cool. So anyways, long story short, TikTok's being audited for their algorithm. Hopefully some of the findings will come out of that and we can understand better if they can control and manipulate people. We'll see.
DigitalOcean dumps Mailchimp after attack leaked customer data. Cloud service DigitalOcean made the move after revealing that on August 8th, its engineering team had noticed that Mailchimp had stopped delivering emails such as confirmations, password resets, email-based alerts for product health, and dozens of other transactional emails without warning. Mailchimp stated on its website that malicious actors were increasingly deploying an array of sophisticated phishing and social engineering tactics targeting data and information from crypto-related companies, leading DigitalOcean to infer that the delivery stoppage was related to their work in the crypto sphere.
Okay, so this is interesting, and please queue up Neil Bridges because we're going to be talking about third-party risk in a second. Okay, so check this out. DigitalOcean, another kind of, I don't want to call them lower tier, but less well-known cloud service provider. They typically have a pretty particularly niche market, but they are also kind of on that Oracle tier where they're not one of the big three, but they're just like right there at the second half. Very interesting. So they dump, aka terminate the relationship with Mailchimp. This was probably a huge account for Mailchimp. So for Mailchimp to lose that business is obviously bad. Basically, Mailchimp is a mail newsletter type service that businesses can use in order to communicate effectively with user base. They were using password resets, emails, and all sorts of like basically communication vehicles was built on Mailchimp. Well, it got breached. DigitalOcean customers got their emails compromised. Now you might be like, "Oh, what's the big deal?" If you've listened to the Darknet Diaries episode, I forget which one it was, but it was an individual. I think it was the Verizon SIM swapper guy, but he talks a bit about getting email lists of crypto investors and people involved with crypto, and like that's basically like a hot list. Like in the world of sales, I'm not really familiar. I know enough about sales to know what I'm about to say, but I'm not like a salesperson. In the world of sales, there's basically like lead lists, cold leads, right? But everybody that goes at Black Hat, like when you scan your badge at Black Hat, you're getting dumped into a database. And make no mistake, many of you these last couple days have been getting hammered with emails. Hey, great to see you, Black Hat. Hey, check out this. Hey, I know that you're just recovering, but check out our products, right? Black Hat sells that email list to the vendors at a premium, by the way, selling our data, even though we paid to be there, sells our list. Why? Because it's a hot list, right? Like I'm a CISO, I have buying power. Like they want to communicate with me, right? So that's a targeted list, way more valuable than just going to the yellow pages, which for millennials, that's like the old phone book. It's like Google before computers. So, well, not Google, that was Encyclopedia Britannica, but I digress. Okay, going down memory lane here. So the list of all the crypto people, dude, crypto is scam central, NFT scam central, right? So if you got this hot list of things, you can start pushing and pumping, and then it's basically a targeted victim list. So good on it. Now, as far as third-party risk management goes, in the world of GRC, people scoff at third-party risk, okay? It's like, oh, like if DigitalOcean executives want to use Mailchimp, they're going to use Mailchimp, right? Well, here's the deal. You don't see this very often, but putting their money where their mouth is. Listen, you violated our terms. You violated our trust. You violated the privacy and security of our customers. Piss off. We're going to go to another vendor. Awesome, because Mailchimp does do what they do well, this email kind of facilitation, but there's other players in the market that do what Mailchimp does. So good on DigitalOcean. By the way, we talk about vendor lock-in all the time on the channel. Like this transition from Mailchimp to wherever DigitalOcean's going is not going to be painless. It's not going to be frictionless. They definitely have automation, integration, all sorts of workflows built into Mailchimp. I guarantee you. So like when customer tries to reset password, it fires off an API called a Mailchimp, does validation, sends emails, no touch by DigitalOcean people. They're going to have to rewrite all of those integrations, maybe not from scratch, but certainly it's not plug and play to wherever they're going to go. So that's the cost of transition. And I'll tell you what, good on DigitalOcean. I respect DigitalOcean for making that decision.
Users exposed in targeted Twilio attack. The security breach at Twilio earlier this month led to the exposure of the phone numbers and SMS registration codes for 1,900 Signal users. However, representatives of the encrypted messaging service claim that any attacker would not have been able to access the message history, contact lists, profile information, or other personal data associated with these user accounts due to their encryption processes. The nonprofit organization said in a security note on its site that it has identified and is notifying the 1,900 users directly and prompting them to re-register Signal on their devices.
All right, so this story is like a blooming flower. Like as it blooms, there's like more and more petals, or as a peeling onion, like there's more and more layers to it, guys. We've been talking about this Twilio hack for like 2 weeks now. Twilio, they provide all sorts of services. Like you can get a phone number that isn't really a phone number on Twilio and have, it's an awesome platform for middleware communications, I guess is kind of the least confusing way I can put it. It just seems wild what they're able to do. But Twilio is a really cool service. They got attacked last week or a couple weeks ago. It was reported. It had to do with like, MFA, all these other things. Now we're starting to see more information coming out. 1,900 Signal users exposed. Guys, Signal is supposed to be like the instant, it's like iMessage or Telegram or WhatsApp. It's a messaging app, but it's supposed to be wicked secure, like privacy focused, wicked transparent as far as how it works. A lot of people who are in the security space are very serious about privacy will use Signal. In fact, oh God, there's a really smart InfoSec privacy guy. He's got an interesting name who like looked at Signal and kind of vetted it as like legit. Crap, that's gonna bother me. I can't think of his name. But anyways, this breach comes out, and now we're seeing that they got the phone numbers of Signal users, including SMS verification codes. Now Signal said, hey, listen, they couldn't read chat history. They couldn't look at contact information, anything like that. So it's like kind of clean slate going forward. But in my opinion, dude, like once they've got the Signal account, they can now impersonate whoever that Signal user is. And if they re-registered one of the numbers, it makes me wonder if the attackers were just trying out to see if they could in fact re-register one of the numbers or get a SMS verification code for one of the numbers, or if it was targeted. It did say high value customer, right? So I mean, qualify that how you will. What does that mean? Is that like a politician, a celebrity, investigative journalist, like, you know, Brian Krebs? Like who's one high value customer? So anyways, you got to be, I mean, guys, at the end of the day, you always have some level of risk, right? You can use Signal. Signal's really, really good. I wish, you know, like I use Telegram mostly, but like it's because I'm the only InfoSec nerd in like my social circles. And like my friends and my family won't get on Signal. So I've made the risk-based decision to go to Telegram as an acceptable compromise, except for one group of people. I have to use WhatsApp, which just absolutely makes me want to retch. But you know, we make these choices for the people we love. All right. So, anyways, long story short, this Twilio attack continues to deliver, you know, juice for us. A lot of juice in this orange to squeeze out.
Hackers attack UK water supplier but extort wrong company. South Staffordshire Water, which provides drinking water to 1.6 million British consumers daily, has issued a statement confirming IT disruption from a cyber attack. It says, however, that the disruption of the IT systems does not impact the supply of safe water. The Klopp gang, who is claiming responsibility for the attack, seems to have misidentified its victim, claiming on their Onion site that they had hit Thames Water, which provides water supplies and wastewater treatment services to the Greater London area. They apparently informed Thames Water of its network security inadequacies and published samples of stolen data, including passports, screenshots from water treatment SCADA systems, driver's licenses, and more. Thames Water officially disputed these claims as a hoax, a position substantiated by the fact that the published data contains South Staffordshire email addresses.
LOL. LOL. Do I have a what is this sound effect? Yeah, okay. Thanks, Grayson. All right, yeah, so ransomware gang, like, doesn't even know who they hit. Oh my gosh. Hey, so check it out. This is actually really, really funny. I mean, it's not funny. Poor, you know, South Staffordshire Waterwork Company, but guys, you know, like, yeah, as Cybersecurity Central's pointing out, Carl's can work for threat actors too. So this guy shoots his shot and then gets so amped up, he just screams into the ether that they've compromised Thames Water. I mean, at least they got the right industry in the right kind of region of the world. So I'll give them credit for that. I do also think it's funny, like in classic business, the Klopp ransomware gang actually issued like a correction on their extortion site that it is South Staff Water. Oh my God, it's so funny. It's so funny. So, you know, whatever. Be mindful, guys. This is industrial control system related. Their IT infrastructure got ransomware. They did submit photos or screenshots of water SCADA systems. That doesn't mean that they were able to access them sometimes. And again, now we're like wading into the waters of like not my expertise, right? Clint Dungeon over at ThreatGen, James McQuiggan. There's a couple people in here who are more ICS specialists, but I would think that you could have like view only overlays of SCADA systems just so you could, you know, quickly visualize if there's a problem or if there's pressure building up or whatever, right? Because it's not all about tinkering with the settings, right? Sometimes it's about being able to just see the system overall, maybe from a management perspective. So having that screenshot it's meant to scare you more than anything, right? It is Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, I should have a Leroy Jenkins sound bit. So anyways, IT got hit. OT is fine. So the water's fine for them. Hopefully they are able to recover in a timely fashion. I fear that they may not. My UK people in chat, you know, you tell me, is this a systemic problem or is this a US problem? A lot of public sector businesses like local water. Justin Gold, you're in here. Local water, state water, or like state services, local services, right? We saw they typically don't have the money, right, to fund initiatives well. So they're not doing technology replacement. They're not hiring appropriate and enough staff in order to man the, or person, I guess, man the controls. I mean, I don't even know if manning the controls is considered not politically correct anymore, but like personing the controls. So anyways, they're typically left at greater risk and exposed, and like, hoping that things don't happen to them, which is not good. If you want to point to an example, Onwassa in Jacksonville, North Carolina, 4 years ago, hit local water. Jacksonville, Florida, they didn't get hit with ransomware, but they did have a attacker get in and was like basically VNC'd in and was moving the engineer workstation around. Like, it's specifically water plants at local government getting hit, and we've seen it consistently. So I'm just telling you guys, they don't have the money or time. But people like Justin Gold, you may be able to use this story and the two I just mentioned as an opportunity to emphasize that, hey, how about we spend a little bit of budget? A little bit of budget. Okay, let's listen to the read through on the commercial.
Thanks to this week's sponsor, 6 Clicks. 6 Clicks is where vulnerability management and GRC unite. With 6 Clicks, organizations can ingest their vulnerabilities from all scanners, link assets to vulnerabilities, raise risks and issues to remediate, and close vulnerabilities as they are remediated, all while informing their risk and compliance posture in a single platform for cohesive reporting. For more information, visit 6clicks.com/CISO series. That's the number 6, CLICKS.com/CISO series.
All right. Thank you,
Pentagon.
CISO series. Thank you, CISO series. Turning 2 today, by the way. Congratulations to them on all their success. Let's just spend a few minutes in here. I see I talking about the 910. Oh, I know all about the 910. I know all about Lejeune. I know all about Lejeune. Spent quite a bit of time there. Not a Marine. Wasn't a Marine. Definitely a Marine Corps family. Guys, I want to just take a minute and say thank you to all of you. Right? I gave love to the squad, but guys, I want to tell you something wicked cool. Many of you may be here for the first time simply because of the GRC class, but a couple days ago, 2 days ago, this post has over 40,000 views at this point. A couple days ago, Matt Keeley over at CCM Academy, I think he works at SimSpace with Josh Mason, honestly, but basically he released the practical malware analysis course for $1. And then Heath jumped on top and released the practical ethical hacking course for $1. And I had just bought the practical malware analysis course. I was like, oh man, this is awesome. So I made the GRC class $1 all through August 22nd. Okay, guys, this thing has gone gangbusters, and I'm super, super pumped. Uh-oh, is my audio jacked up? Is my audio jacked up? Choppy. Okay, let me turn off the background music. Does that sound better? Does that sound better? You know what I mean? It could be one of these echo cancellation. I'm going to turn off all the voice. I just turned off auto gain control. Which is like a which is a feature in Restream. All right, guys, hold on. I just turned the music back on. Okay, audio issue. All right, guys, I need to create a shirt about not audio issues. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, so all right, so the music's going. People are saying it's better. Hopefully that's not on delay. Better now. Coming in copy, killing auto game made you fairly quiet. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Here we go. I turned auto gain back on. I've turned the music off. I won't do the music anymore. Okay. I thought we were going to get through this without a problem. Okay. But now the audio should be good. Restream, I love you, but I hate you. Restream, we've got a complex relationship, Restream. Okay. So anyways, let me just tell you guys, basically what I'm trying to say is if you go to TCM Academy right now, which I'll put a link in chat, this isn't like an affiliate code or anything. This is a link directly to them. I am Simply Cyber is an affiliate, but I don't even care about that right now. There's a link to it, guys. If you want the practical malware analysis course right here, this guy, it kind of looks like a gorilla or a monkey head. And the practical ethical hacking, which is the Anubis kind of Egyptian horse head thing, they're both for $1 right now. The coupon code is $and-a-dream. I'm telling you guys, this practical ethical hacking course, I've bought it twice. I've taken it. It's great. It's actually what launched Heath's, TCM Academy, basically. It was so popular. And then Matt said that this is basically practical malware analysis updated. Practical malware analysis is the seminal textbook in our industry on doing malware analysis. It's the red book from No Starch Press with an alien being dissected on the cover. It is the seminal work if you want to do malware analysis, but it's old. It's old. It's out of date slightly. He said that this is a practical version of that book, updated for modern times. For $1, people, don't sleep on this, right? And then obviously many of you, almost all of you have done the GRC course. And thank you for all the kind things that you guys have said. But if you want, share it with someone. It's $1 through August 22nd. Coupon code $and-a-dream. So I am super pumped to be part of this wave that Matt and Heath kind of kickstarted, because I'm just meeting a bunch of new people and helping a bunch of people, and it feels wonderful. It feels absolutely wonderful. All right, let's get back into the news.
It's microgrid technology to the test at DEF CON. The Pentagon is planning to deploy local, self-contained electric grids or microgrids to 134 Army bases beginning this fall. But first, they tested the technology at DEF CON, looking for hackers' help finding potentially crippling vulnerabilities so that they can better preempt cyber attacks. More than 1,700 DEF CON attendees participated in the Pentagon's microgrid hacking challenge, with many of them successfully shutting down the mock grid in mere minutes. The Army is pushing the microgrid effort because the systems are energy efficient, cost-effective, and can keep bases up and running even if a cyber attack or natural disaster takes out the larger power grid.
Okay, couple things here. One, this is really cool. I appreciate, this is like open source research, essentially. And I just love it. Okay. So for years and years and years, you'd have like 2 or 3 staff members testing stuff, and then they give you their blessing, which is fine. But at scale, you can get access to so many more interesting perspectives and experiences and stuff, and really stress test the hell out of a system. The Pentagon has been doing that with Hack the Pentagon, Hack the Air Force, Hack a Satellite. Like, they've been doing it, and it has been wildly successful. Now they're talking about this microgrid, being able to basically have, like, think of it as like a generator for your house during a hurricane. This is a generator for a military base, effectively. Okay. The fact that they're testing it at DEF CON is fantastic. First of all, public-private sector, meet the Fed kind of relationship, establishing that open communication line between the hacker community, quote unquote, and the military and law enforcement and Department of Defense. That is awesome. Like this is a micro transaction, but the macro transaction of that relationship and those bonds being developed is going to pay dividends in the long term. So I'm absolutely 100% on board with this. Now, here's the thing. I went to this village. Okay. I mean, it wasn't a village. It was in the contest area. If anyone was at DEF CON and went to the contest area, right when you walked in on the left, they had this, like, it was really cool. They had this massive, like, table. And when I say massive, it was probably like 10 feet wide or deep by like 20 feet long. And it had like a little city on it, right? And each building was like a white block. It wasn't very complicated, like with detail, but then there was like power and lights and stuff running all around it. Classic DEF CON. Everything was wicked dark. And then they had like LED, RGB LED lights of purple and blue types. But that was what was going on. Here's my gripe, if you will. I loved this, but I didn't know what this was. I ended up going to the ICS village and talking to Don Weber, which, by the way, hilarious story. I've worked with Don multiple times or whatever. I was trying to find him, and somebody was opening the door, kind of working the ICS village. And I said, "Hey, excuse me, do you know Don Weber?" He's like, "I am Don Weber." I do. Yes, I do know him. I am him. And I was like, "Oh shit, shoot, Don. Hey, what's up?" High five. And then we hung out. Okay. They should have done a better job. I wish the Pentagon had done a better job of communicating what they were doing and what they wanted help with. Okay. This is true in anything, guys. You have to be crystal clear in what your ask is when you're asking for help with something. It would have been really cool to dig into this and get a little bit better understanding, but it didn't feel very approachable, right? Like everything in DEF CON's approachable. You can just walk up on anything, but like you don't know what they're doing. Everybody's like heads down focused. There's a little bit of a, I don't want to call it a barrier, but I thought it was cool, but I didn't go closer than like 15 feet because I'm like, I don't know what they're doing. I don't want to interrupt anything. I wish that they had done a better job because it would have been cool to get a bit more information on that. So anyways, I wouldn't be surprised if next year at DEF CON, the Pentagon is there with another kind of project that you can stress test and stuff like that. So definitely consider checking that out. Okay.
Kreb's CISA split is impractical, say experts.
Nice.
Following up on a story we brought you last week, Kreb's suggestion to reform CISA was met with heavyweight skepticism by others in his community. Speaking at Black Hat, Krebs described how a standalone CISA could help streamline how the private sector and other stakeholders work with the government to combat cyber threats. But former CISA officials and other cybersecurity experts called this unrealistic and impractical, stating to Cyberscoop that, quote, DHS gives CISA size and cabinet-level seniority, end quote. They also mentioned that private sector engagement would not be seamless and that CISA would turn into an agency whose capability would be only advisory, which would likely undercut its work.
All right. So, check the tape. Check the tape. Check the tape from last week when they covered this story, and I gave my opinions on it, and I said it likely impractical. Some of the reasons I gave are kind of similar to what they're saying. Basically, if CISA were to do this, they would lose the juice that they have right now being under DHS. Listen, as much as it sucks, the reality is federal politics, it's Game of Thrones, right? There is a Cersei running around. There is a Tywin running around, okay? And power is power, people. And if you start taking power away from people, they're not gonna like it. And if you lose power, because you basically you're not like the guppy swimming with the shark anymore. You're like a good sized guppy with no shark. You may lose some of the juice, some of the authority you have. And that's what they're railing back on. Now, for what it's worth, Krebs was just suggesting an idea. This is not an action that's being actively discussed for CISA's future, right? It was more of a, what's the word? Like a thought exercise. His thoughts on how to empower and embolden CISA to deliver on its mission in a more effective way. Long term, I would love something like CISA to be on its own, but I just don't think it's right now. But we are seeing, listen, we're seeing this slowly evolve over time, right? It used to be like just NSA had this capability, right? And then CISA kind of got up and going and got some juice. And then now we have like cyber ambassador in the Department of State. We have the cybersecurity czar. I don't even know if they still have that title or not, but like it's our industry at the federal level of authority is beginning to grow, beginning to mature. We do have people at the table. So I do think what Chris is saying will happen at one point, but you almost have to like line up your ducks and get your juice all lined up before you kind of YOLO for, whatever, an agency level position, like basically a secretary of cyber, right? We have Secretary of Defense, Secretary of the Interior, like Secretary of Cyber. We're not quite there yet, but I think that's where we would go at some point.
The scariest things at Black Hat 2022. Like many others in the industry, PC Mag was at Black Hat. Their reporters compiled a list of the things that scared them the most. This includes the weakness of SMS in MFA, how touchscreens can be hacked and essentially keylogged, the systemic lack of a clear historical narrative regarding major cyber incidents in organizations and companies, malware that targets job seekers with phishing links, fast-growing startups that do not incorporate security into their early planning, Apple products becoming less secure, bug hunters getting sued, car key fobs getting hacked, Zoom chat delivering malware, tracking devices being spoofed, and the implications of the cyber war in Ukraine. The full report is available at PC Mag.
Wow. Okay, so this is pretty cool. This is like a really cool blog post right up. I'm going to drop this in chat right now. Let me drop this. So this is just kind of an aggregate of what the reporters who went to, excuse me, was it either Black Hat or DEF CON? It was probably okay, so Black Hat, which isn't even, DEF CON. There's some it's like a Venn diagram. There is overlap with DEF CON and Black Hat presenters because a lot of presenters are community people and they want to not make it pay-gated for Black Hat so people can still get it at DEF CON. This would be an interesting list to go through. It is kind of a smorgasbord of topics and stuff like that, like bypassing MFA, touchscreen, like it says ghost, but I'm sure it's basically like either putting an overlay in between the user and the app underneath, or key logging where touches are and stuff like that. Definitely get in this. For us that do this report every single morning, none of these stories should surprise you. Okay. Like we talk about, scams where like job seekers are getting scammed to install malware because, they're kind of a vulnerable population. Oh, hey, like check out this open rec, or sending a resume to a HR department that's actually malware, right? Like macro laden or Felina. Many of you may not remember Felina because it didn't get a logo, but Felina is still out in the wild if you don't patch your Microsoft diagnostic tool thing. Anyways, it's interesting. We could do a little bit of a thought discussion around like, what did you see at Black Hat? What was interesting to you? So I didn't get to really go to many talks at Black Hat, unfortunately. But again, Patrick Wardle did talk about Apple and some of the challenges with the Mac OS and the Zoom. That's kind of interesting, at least somewhat appropriate and applicable. But I won't spend much more time on this story simply because it's just a smorgasbord of topics. But it does show you the wide variety and why you want to go to Black Hat. Guys, I hope all of you can make it to Black Hat next year. There are I don't know if it's on Black Hat's website. Maybe I'll make a blog post of it, but there is like canned request paperwork for how to justify your business sending you to Black Hat. So you can use that can. You know what? I'm going to do that. Note to self: make a canned report and then post it as a blog post. I know it's a year out, but you can bookmark it and then do it. And it's like literally like you just copy and paste, update your name in the fields, and then you send it to your boss. And it's a business justification on why you should go to Black Hat. Okay.
Cybersecurity headlines turns 2 today.
Oh, that's David Sparks' voice. I got to meet David. That's David Sparks' voice.
This is David Spark, producer for the CISO series, cutting in to provide the day's last story, which is that Cybersecurity Headlines is the most popular show on CISO series, having been on the network for only 2 years. We've grown 12-fold since launching with more than 1.7 million downloads, and we're consistently in the top 10 on Apple Podcasts for tech news in the United States.
All right. Well, I agree 100% with David. They run a great show. I'm very happy that we're able to do the daily cyber threat briefing every day. Leveraging David Sparks' Cybersecurity Headlines podcast. So definitely appreciate all of that. Guys, that's the stories for today. I do want to remind everybody later today at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. It's an hour early than normal to accommodate one of the competitors' schedules. Matt Lee will be competing heads up against Eric Taylor of Barricade Cyber Solutions. I'm not sure yet who's red, who's blue. I think they're going to be doing a coin flip, or they may have worked it out amongst themselves, but we will be doing this. If you go to youtube.com/threatgen or !threatgen in chat right now, which I will do myself. If you do go to the website at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, myself and Clint Dungeon will be live broadcasting. That's why I'm wearing my HyperX shirt today. We will be shoutcasting and analyzing the gameplay of Eric versus Matt. They will be playing ThreatGen's Red versus Blue cybersecurity simulation gamification platform, where one of them will be actively trying to attack and either ransomware, blow up, or drive them out of business. And the other one will be defending some type of, manufacturing, oil and gas business, network infrastructure, the people, the places, implementing the controls with budget, all of those things. They will be live streaming each of their respective gameplays. No stream sniping. We're not into that. But I hope you can join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be nice for a change for me not to be in the player's chair and actually judging and laying down my subjective analysis on what's a good move or what's not a good move. So it'll be fun. I am looking forward to doing that. So I hope you can join us at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time today. In fact, I need to go in and confirm whether or not Simply Cyber will be restreaming or pairing this stream. I'm going to do it since I'll be on the stream. But I hope you guys can join us. It's going to be wicked fun. That's going to do it for today's episode. Again, new rig, trying to get the audio gremlins sorted out. I do need to get got audio or audio issues t-shirt or something like that. It's so on brand. But listen, this is dusk for audio issues. The whole reason I got this new computer, the whole reason I'm doing all that I'm doing is because we're getting the audio issues out. We're getting the production issues out. I will be able to stream World of Haiku and gameplay and all these other things without any issues. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for all of your time. Poner Joe, West Coast people, I appreciate you getting up early for us. Don't forget about the TCM Academy privileged practical ethical hacking and the practical malware analysis and triage right here for $1 each with the code $, and a dream. Also, the GRC skills are in here too. By the way, mind you, be careful. Like when you're putting in the code, make sure you put it in correctly. I had to issue multiple refunds yesterday because people just bought it at full price and then we're like, oh, it's not $1. So I had to issue like literally multiple refunds yesterday, which I don't mind doing, but it's like, just put the coupon code in the first time. That way, I'm not working. I'm not working after dinner instead of like hanging with my family. So please check that out. I'll get this all sorted out. Usha, Amadou, Kenton, definitely appreciate all that you guys do. Thank you so much. It looks like it's 8:48. So I'm going to end the stream here. So, but I'm going to talk for a few more minutes. But officially, thank you so much. Guys, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next daily cyber threat briefing. Please, thumbs up and likes and all that stuff is cool. But the real way that I can, that you could say, hey, Jerry, really appreciate doing the threat briefing. The best way that you could do that for me would be to share this with other people, only if you think that they're going to get value out of the stream. Okay. We do this every morning. We cover the top news stories. There's a great community in here. You guys are familiar with what's going on in chat over here. It's awesome. Okay. So share it with your colleagues. Let them know what's up. All right. So I'll end it there, but I am going to talk for a few minutes about anything that you guys have questions about. And then we'll bust out since I finished a few minutes early. I think it's because they had one less story today, honestly, but that's okay. My pleasure, Leighton Kennedy. Good stuff. Link down. You're welcome. My pleasure. Kimberly, great to see you. Love it, love it, love it. Getting my flight today for Wild West Hackin' Fest. I hope you guys can come out there. It's going to be really good. I did talk to Charles Finfrock about coming on the stream. I'm going to do another metaverse, like in the metaverse episode. So I gave a talk in the metaverse a couple weeks ago, but it was like me lecturing with the board behind me. Okay. I've looked around in the solution I've paid for, and I can set up like a Jimmy Fallon type night talk show kind of thing, like me at the desk drinking coffee and my guests sitting there. Charles Finfrock, he's big into the metaverse. He's big into cryptos and stuff like that. So he's going to come on. I don't think it's going to be like us talking about the metaverse like that. Like I already did that, but I think we're going to be talking about surveillance technology and surveillance state and some of the things you may not know that are actually happening, and what are the commercial advantages of some of these things, why they're happening, ways to protect yourself. So I think it'll be really cool. You do not need VR headgear in order to participate, but it would certainly be cool so you can have that fully immersive experience. Stay tuned for details on that. I'm trying to like we already have a date for Charles to come on. He's buying an Oculus Quest like right now. I talked to him yesterday. He said he was going to buy one when he got home. Please send me a Discord invite, friend thing. Marcia, if you go to here, Discord, right? That's going to get you that, or you can go to discord.gg. This is a website, discord.gg/simplycyber. Both of those will take you to the Simply Cyber Discord. Oh, yeah. Okay, Internal Stranger. I can bring it back. Like I replaced it with that, but we haven't had that in a minute, right? So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll bring back I'm a crypto evangelist. I love it. It's definitely going to bring it back for when he's on. Might bust out the toasty and replace it. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Jared Pierpoint, thank you so much, Jerry. Be safe out there. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I hope you got value out of that metaverse stream. It was cool working with Trend Micro. It's too bad that the audio issues were a problem. The bandwidth was a problem. The whole thing was like a technical demo nightmare. But I enjoyed the experience. And got to talk about it. So that's really cool. Justin Gold wants me to keep the toasty. Ms. Foxy, I mean, once you complete the GRC course, get after it. Yeah, don't sit on ceremony, right? There's resume bullets in the GRC course that you can put right on your resume. I'm telling you, man, like people need help. People need help with their cybersecurity initiatives, right? And if you can deliver that help, don't wait. You can always take the course again. One of the things that I'm very proud of is that, like, as long as I can afford to keep the course up, right? It's like $1,200 a year. As long as I can keep it up, it'll be there forever. And once you buy it, whether it's for $1 or $49, you will have forever access to it. And oh, by the way, I have two modules that I need to drop. The Erica McDuffie did a SOC 2 one that's sitting there. I just have to toggle it to be accessible. And then I'm doing a NIST cybersecurity framework in 15 minutes or less presentation. And I just need to clean that up and post it and then toggle it. Jacob Horn was supposed to do a CMMC one. That hasn't really come to fruition. But basically what I'm trying to say is there's new content coming to the GRC thing. I need to do that actually this week. It's just so busy, guys. I'm so busy. And then school's starting next semester, next week. That'll be something. So yeah. Oh, Mighty's taken the GRC course 3 times. Yeah, I would say that you do get different value out of the course if you take it multiple times, simply because you get familiar with terminology. You start picking up on some of the nuances that I'm dropping in there. So it's all about good times. Sebazot, can't wait for the NIST CSF. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it too. I Heart NIST. Those shirts available. If you go to simplycyber.io/merch or store or something like that, you can get to it on the website. Let's see. 2 interviews scheduled for this week. Ooh, nice job, Mighty. Go and get it. Get that interview. Nice job. I hope all the best to you. Make sure. I'm telling you right now, when they ask you, what do you do to stay current? This is the answer. Also, as a pro tip, from Lupe Peterman, is it Peterman? From Lupe, they asked, yeah, hey, how do you stay current? And then they said, give us a recent story of an attack and how you might have prevented it. Anything you want, right? So use the Staffordshire Waterworks ransomware incident that we just talked about today. You could talk about the Twilio attack, since that's like a major story right now. You got a couple good options. Just make sure that you just make sure that you've got it fresh in your head, okay? Don't psych yourself out. Marcia, good luck on the interview today. Good luck on the interview. Belton, overpriced. Dude, Facebook is subsidizing the crap out of that piece of technology. Yeah, Twilio would be a good one across the board. There's a good chance that the Twilio story, you can fold into any particular interview question. You know, if you're going for a SOC analyst job, maybe you talk about, like last week, there was a story about an open framework for detection sharing, not threat intel sharing, but detection sharing. That would be a good one. So there's a whole bunch of great stories. I mean, guys, this is why we do the daily cyber threat brief, because we need to stay up on this daily, right? So, all right. Yeah, my soundboard only supports 8 sounds. I think that this thing is more designed for musicians than anything else. I can have 8 sounds and then toggle and then have 8 new sounds, but when I toggle, it does take like a good, I don't know, 10 seconds to load the new soundboard, which isn't wicked nice because you know, I like to be in the moment and snappy. So yeah. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream today. I'm hoping that this new gear, I'd love to take a photo of this, show my setup off or whatever. Once it's up and running, I'm very excited about it. All right, so that's going to do it for today. I'll get my audio sorted out per usual. Guys, be good to each other. Help someone out if they need help. Inclusive, supportive. That's what we do in here. Okay. Good luck to everybody who has an interview today. I hope that you report back tomorrow that you absolutely crushed it and you're deciding whether or not you want to work there, not the other way around. You feel me? All right, y'all. See you at 10:30 a.m. on ThreatGen's channel. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Y'all be good, and we'll see you out there.